the harsh reply. The text came in just after midnight. Sarah, I need to see you, please. She stared at the glowing screen, her thumb hovering over the reply button. Her heart hammered in her chest. It had been 10 years since she had last heard from him. 10 years of silence. Her fingers curled into a fist. Her father had walked out when she was 17. No warning, no explanation, just vanished. She and her mother had spent years wondering if he was alive or dead, but after a while, the anger drowned out the questions. And now, out of nowhere, he wanted to see her. Her response was immediate. Don't contact me again. She hit send and tossed the phone onto her nightstand. She expected relief, but instead, an uneasy feeling settled in her gut. Something about the message didn't feel right. Why now? Why after all this time? She tried to sleep, but the thought gnawed at her. By morning, she found herself doing something she swore she never would, typing his name into a search engine. Her breath caught in her throat as the first result loaded. Local man found dead in motel room. John Carter, 53. Sarah's blood ran cold. John Carter, her father. And the timestamp on the article? Last night, the exact time he had texted her. The investigation. Sarah sat frozen, the words blurring together. Her father was dead, and yet, she had gotten a message from him after the time listed in the article. Her breath hitched. Her logical mind tried to reason it out. Maybe someone else had his phone. Maybe it was a mistake. But a deep, unsettling part of her whispered something else. What if it was him? What if he had reached out from beyond? She shook her head, forcing herself to move. She needed answers. She drove straight to the motel listed in the article. The place was as depressing as she'd imagined, peeling paint, flickering neon sign, an air of hopelessness hanging over it. A few cops were still there, questioning the front desk clerk. She hesitated, then approached. Excuse me, I need to ask about John Carter. The officer turned, giving her a wary look. And you are? His daughter. That got their attention. They pulled her aside, and within minutes, she was staring at a coroner's report. Time of death, 11:32 p.m. Her hands trembled. That was nearly 30 minutes before she got the text. She started, but her voice faltered. The officer hesitated. We found something strange on his phone. He pulled out a bag containing her father's battered old phone. The screen was cracked, the case worn. The last text sent was to you, but there's no record of anyone typing it. Sarah's stomach dropped. What do you mean? She whispered. The officer frowned. I mean, the phone was locked. It would have required his fingerprint to send a message, but when we found him, he was already cold. The room spun. No signs of forced entry, no prints but his own, the officer continued. But we also found something else. He pulled out a small piece of paper. It was torn, blood-stained, but one sentence was still readable. She needs to know the truth. Sarah's hands went numb. The truth he left behind. The next few days passed in a blur. Her father's death was ruled a heart attack. No foul play, no suspicious activity, case closed. But for Sarah, it was anything but. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. Why had he reached out? What truth had he been trying to tell her? She searched through old documents, anything that might hold answers. And then, in the depths of a storage box, she found it. A letter. Her hands shook as she unfolded the worn paper. It was dated 10 years ago, the night he left. Sarah, I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I hope one day you'll understand. I never wanted to leave. I had to. Because if I stayed, you and your mother would have been in danger. There are things I did in my past I can never take back. People I owed, people who don't forgive. When they came knocking, I had two choices. Let them hurt my family, or disappear. I chose to protect you. I've kept my distance, always watching, always hoping you'd never have to find out why. But they found me again. And if you're reading this, it means I ran out of time. Don't trust anyone who comes looking for you. And if you get a message from me after I'm gone, it means they've already started. I love you. More than you'll ever know, Dad. The paper slipped from her fingers. Her father hadn't abandoned them. He had saved them. And now they were coming for her. The text wasn't just a message. It was a warning. A shadow passed by her window. Her breath caught. A cold, heavy silence filled the room. Then knock, knock. Sarah's blood turned to ice. She wasn't alone. And whatever was outside her door, it hadn't come to talk. The end. Hit subscribe for more video like this. Like this channel so we can bring you more video.